Hello everyone, I'm Shivam Bathwal. Hope you all might be in the pink of your health, and I'm back in the walk-in closet, and right now we all are socially distanced, physically but not intellectually. Obviously, the entire globe is going through a severe, unusual crisis, and as part of this crisis, people are worried about three things. One, they are worried about their health, both physical and mental. Two, they are worried about the economy. And three, they are worried that how we can ensure that our kids can keep learning. As of now, billions of kids that would have been in school are out of school to protect people from this virus. We at SIS are on a mission to provide free online education for any student anywhere, and we also recognize it as our duty to step up in this crisis and help every student and support them. So today we are going to start with the first poetry of the Flamingo textbook, that is My Mother at 66. It is written by Kamala. So here we start the poem My Mother at 66, written by Kamala. First, a brief introduction about the poet Kamala. Kamala was born in Malabar, Kerala. She is regarded as one of India's foremost poets, and she is also a very sensitive writer who captures the complexities of human relationships. And in this poem too, that is My Mother at 66, Kamala has brought out this flavor with versatility and originality. In this poem, My Mother at 66, Kamala talks about her mother and the fear of separation that she has in her heart. So here we go. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. The poet Kamala is telling that while she was returning from her mother's home, that was in Cochin, last Friday morning, her mother was sitting beside her in the car, doors open-mouthed. Now we have to see how she has described her mother. Doze. The meaning of doze is that she was half asleep, dozed off. Like generally, when you attend certain lectures, when you find it to be boring, you doze off in the class. That is, you sleep. You nod off. That means doze. Open-mouthed. And while she dozed off, her mouth was open. Her face Asian like that of a corpse. And Kamala is describing her mother's face like her face Asian like. Her mother's face was like an ash. Asian means like that of an ash. The color of ash is grey, and grey symbolizes gloom. Means what? That her mother had become very old, so the radiance on the face of her mother was not there, and it was looking like that of a corpse. C-O-R-P-S-E. Corpse means dead body, and her face was looking very dull. It lacked radiance, it lacked luster, and it looked like a dead body. We also need to pay attention to the figure of speech, to the poetic device that has been used here, and it is simile. Her face Asian like, the word like has been used, like that of a corpse. And realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. And then Kamala is telling that she realized with pain, she had a sudden realization that her mother who was sitting beside her had become very old, had become old, and her age was 66, and she also probably realized that she could not spend much time with her mother in her childhood days. But soon put that thought away, and to put that thought away, Kamala and looked out at young trees sprinting. So Kamala looked outside the window of her car, and what she saw, young trees sprinting. Now here we have to see the word young and sprinting. Trees, we all know. Young means what? Youth. Trees means trees. Sprinting means it's something that is passing away at a very fast, something that is running. Sprinting simply means running. So young trees sprinting. Actually, when she looked outside the window of a car, the trees were not sprinting. The car was moving and the trees appeared to move in the opposite direction. Here, the poet has tried to brought out the imagery that how the young trees were sprinting. In the same manner, time also passes at a very fast pace. Why? Because her mother had become very old, and this Kamala Das did not realize earlier. The merry children spilling out of their homes. Merry children. Merry means happy. Children means children. Spilling out. Spilling out means rushing out. Rushing out means moving out of their homes. The poet in this line wants to bring out the imagery that the merry means the happy children were moving out of their homes. This shows the excitement, the vigor, the exuberance, the energy that a child has in his or her youth. But in contrast to that, poet's mother did not have that exuberance, the vigor, the excitement. So through this we can make out that the poet Kamala Das wants to bring out that time passes away at a very fast pace and her mother had become very old. But after the airport security check, now the poet and her mother reached the airport. Standing a few yards away, I looked again at her. The poet Kamala Das is telling that after the airport security check, the poet again looked at her mother and what she found? Van. Van. The meaning of the word van is someone who looks very ill or sickly look, I can say. Someone who looks very dull. Pale. P-A-L-E. Pale means light in color. A person, like when a person becomes ill, he looks like pale. He looks very feeble. He looks as if he's sick. So her mother was looking wan, pale, as a late winter's moon. And now the poet is saying that her mother looked like a late winter's moon. The poetic device that is used here is simile. The word as a late winter's moon. Now we need to understand that why the poet is using the word the line as a late winter's moon. Late winter's moon, why? Because in the winter season, it is generally very difficult to see the moon. And if we are able to see it, it is hidden behind the fog and the mist. So what could you see? That the moon lacks the luster, lacks the radiance, and the same thing was lacking in her mother. The radiance, the glow of the youth was lacking in her mother like a late winter's moon. Why? Because the moon is hidden behind the fog and the mist. So now the mother has become very old. That is why these things were lacking in her. And felt that old familiar ache. And now again the poet, after the security check, felt the old familiar ache. Old, some ache. Old means Purana. Familiar ache. Familiar, she had undergone. Familiar means something that we are used to, we are acquainted to. Ache means pain, dard. Now she got acquainted to a old familiar ache, and that was her childhood's fear also. What was that old familiar ache and that childhood's fear? It was the fear of losing her mother. Like we see every child during his after his birth, during his childhood, even till the death, has the fear of separation, has the fear of losing her mother. In the same manner, the poet also had the fear of losing her mother. And also, the poet was pained to see the deteriorating condition of her mother. But to hide her pain, she made every attempt to not to show this to her mother. And all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." And the poet is saying that all she said to her mother was, "See you soon, Amma." Means, we'll meet again, Amma. And all I did was, and all Kamala Das did was, smile and smile and smile. Now children, you might be having a question in your mind. Why the poet is using the word smile and smile and smile? Actually, if we read between the lines, we could make out the the word smile has been used 3 times. So please note down, 3 times the smile has been used. The first smile could have been because of the realization that the poetess Kamala Das had. What was the realization? That her mother had become old and she did not spend much time with her mother. The second smile might be the use of a brave front. She's trying to showcase herself as a brave girl. Why? Because she might not be wanting to show her mother that she is also pained. She is guilty that she did not spend much time with her mother. And the third smile might be because of the hope that she has. And what hope she might be having? That we will meet again. When I come back, we will meet again. So all I did was smile and smile and smile. So the use of the word smile word 3 times is very important. So basically the theme of this poem is the complexities of human relationships and fear of separation from loved ones, which poetess Kamala Das has brought out in this poem, My Mother at 66. Now, children, the most important aspect is the type of questions, the reference to context, the RTCs that are asked in the board examinations. So I'll be providing you with a worksheet, but right now we need to discuss just 2 or 3 which are very important in this chapter. So the first imagery that I talked about, young trees sprinting and the merry children spilling out of their homes. This has been used for the mother. Why the poet has used these lines? To show that time passes away at a very fast rate. The second most probable question from this chapter could be the use of the phrase as a late winter's moon. Why poet has compared her mother to a late winter's moon? Because like in the winter season, we are unable to admire the real luster and radiance of the moon. In the same manner, the poet's mother has also become very old, so she has compared her mother to a late winter's moon, and the poetic device that has been used in this line is as, that is simile. And this question has been asked in 2011, 13 and 17. So it's very important. Next could be, what is the importance of smile? Why the word smile has been used 3 times? So your probable answer could be that the first smile represents the realization, the self-realization that Kamala Das had in her heart. The second smile could be the brave front that she was trying to showcase, that she was very brave. She did not want to show her mother the pain and the guilt that she had in her heart. The third smile was the hope that yes, we will meet next time. So I'll be sending the worksheets. So keep learning, keep exploring. Best of efforts.